Hey guys, welcome to the channel today. I'm Cliff with T-Way Eats Barbecue Treats, back here for another cook with you guys today. If this is your first time viewing my channel, glad you're here. Glad you guys want to see this cook today. And today we're going to be doing an injected pork loin, and we're going to be doing a buffalo honey injection or a honey buffalo injection, however you want to look at it. But we've injected this thing today, and we're going to be cooking on the Weber Performer Deluxe. We're going to be cooking at a range between 250 to 275-ish today. So, man, I hope you guys want to see how this pork loin comes out, because I have a feeling you're going to be impressed and you're going to be amazed with how it comes out. So I hope you'll come back to see how this cook comes along. So let's get barbecuing. Hey guys, I just want to show you guys, let's get on with this cook and let's get started. And I just want to show you guys how we're going to be lighting this thing up today, man. Again, we're using the Weber Performer Deluxe. If you guys have paid attention to any of my videos, prior videos, you know that this is fastly becoming like my favorite cooker. I have cookers that are like $200, $300, $400 more than what I paid for this one. And they're not my favorites right now. And you know, it's kind of like a single guy and a girlfriend, you know? You know, Roxanne's his favorite this week, but Susan might be his favorite next week. So, you know, he's just kind of rolling through, and you know, Susan's the favorite this week, or, you know, maybe next week Roxanne will be his favorite. So that's how I am on my cookers, man. And, you know, I go through my Kamado Joe fits. I go through my Weber Performer Deluxe fits. I got a pellet grill. I go through fits with it. So all jokes aside, guys, it's like I got 3 girls that I can go in between, and sometimes one of them's my favorite for the week or the month, and sometimes the other one is. So, and my wife don't even get offended, because she's behind the camera and she knows that I'm full of BS, and she knows that I'm actually joking, guys. So don't take any offense to that. I hope you don't. But right now, this is my favorite cooker, man. Guys will talk to me all the time. Sometimes off camera, I have friends and stuff, and they're like, "Dude, you have like expensive cookers, and you're cooking on that Weber." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm cooking on that Weber because I love this thing. Like, I love the way it cooks." I don't want to spend too much time going more into that, but I just wanted you guys, and I'm sure you guys have known if you've seen my videos, that this is like my favorite cooker right now, my cheapest cooker. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we got a chimney full of charcoal here. Like I said, we're going to be cooking between 250 and 275. That's the range I'm going to try to cook in, and you guys know I like to go low and slow when I can. So on this pork loin, we're going to go low and slow. We're going to be smoking with some cherry, because cherry's got a real light smoke flavor. We don't want to overpower this pork, so I don't want to use a real heavy wood like a mesquite or something. You can certainly use those, but I just want to use a lighter wood today. So my cherries, my apples would be perfect for this. So we're going to use this chimney of charcoal here. I've got my gas assist on this thing, so I'm going to go ahead and fire it up with you guys on camera, just to kind of show y'all what I'm doing here. And then we're going to get inside and get to that pork loin. And we're going to inject it. We're going to show you guys how we're injecting this thing, let you guys get a shot of that, and then we're going to get cooking, get this thing on the grill, and show you how I'm going to do this thing today. So there we go. We got our fire going down there. We're going to let this go for about 10 minutes probably. So come on back, guys. I hope you'll stick in here with this cook today. We're going to have fun. It's Saturday. Love cooking with you guys, man. Every time I get to do this, I just get excited. You know, guys say, well, how can you get excited about barbecue? I just can, man. How do you get excited about going on a trip to the Bahamas? How do you get excited about going to a sporting event? Same way, man. I'm in my backyard. It's a little cloudy today, but it's a great day to barbecue, guys. So come on back. Let's get on with this cook, and let's get you guys this food out so y'all can see how this comes out. Alright guys, so our coals are ready to go, and the way that I do it, and most guys do it, is these coals are just starting to ash over on the top. And that's when you know these coals are nice and hot. They're all going to be ashed over. So you want to try to wait till they can ash over pretty good before you put them in your kettle, because that's going to be when they're the hottest. So put that down to the side. We're good on that. Don't want to do that too much on your gloves, but I do suggest, guys, that you get some really good gloves if you're going to be moving chimneys and stuff around in your grill, because I've probably burned through 2 or 3 pair of gloves already, and these are kind of like a welder's type glove. These are made by Charbroil. My wife got me these, and they're actually pretty dang good, man. So just make sure you got a good pair of gloves. But what I'm going to do here, guys, is I got some cherry wood. Since I'm all ashed over, I'm going to go ahead and plop it down in there. And I'm going to let that go for a little bit. I'm going to let that burn off some of that smoke, because they say when you put this wood in there that if you put your meat on too soon and don't let this wood smoke down a little bit, it'll give your meat like a bad flavor. More on stick burners from what I've been told. I'm not a stick burner guy, so I'm not the one you would want to talk to, but from what I've heard from stick burner guys is if they put that wood in there immediately and then they put their meat on, it just leaves a real rancid smoke, bad flavor. So even though we're not on a stick burner, I still try to get that clean smoke. And when that clean smoke, I'm talking about that clear smoke coming through my Weber out my top vent. I'll wait till that smoke is pretty clear, and then I'll put my meat on. So that's why I throw my wood on. I let it burn down a little bit, get that clear smoke, man. So if you're wondering why I'm doing that, that's why I'm doing that. I like to explain to you guys, especially you newbies, why I do that. Because that wood will just give such a bad, bitter flavor if you throw your meat in there sometimes. So clean smoke. You guys can YouTube clean smoke. There's a lot of videos out there that talk about clean smoke. Better than I can, because I'm not like a professional on clean smoke, but I just like to throw that out there for you guys so you guys understand why I'm doing that. So I'm gonna close my kettle. We got a few more minutes, let this burn out, get some good smoke coming through, and then we'll get rocking and rolling on this cook, guys. I don't think it's gonna be too horribly long of a cook. Probably looking at about 1.5 hours on this cook, so maybe 1 hour and 45 minutes. So stick in there, guys. I hope you're enjoying the video, and come on back and see me put this thing on. Alright guys, so we're ready to put this piece of meat on here. We've been letting this go. We're at about 243 on my temperature gauge. I'm using the iGrill today. Been playing with this thing for a couple cooks now, probably more like a couple weeks, guys, but I don't always use an internal temperature. But right now we're rocking at about 239 on there. So I got a couple different probes. I suggest you guys get probes if you're doing like longer cooks. I don't always do it on like my chicken wings or short cooks, but like on my bigger pieces of meat and my longer cooks, I usually do like another temperature probe in there. So you definitely want to think about that if you're thinking about doing some bigger pieces and cuts of meat. The verdict's still out on this iGrill. I can't tell you guys whether it's a great thermometer gauge or not. I have a ThermoPro also. The ThermoPro is pretty good, but this one actually comes to my cell phone. So this iGrill will actually send my temperature. I don't have it pulled up right now, guys, but it does send it to my cell phone. So when I'm inside and I'm chilling, sitting on the sofa watching TV or whatever, I can check it and see what my grill's at. So but that's what we're rocking with today. I'm gonna have one on the grate, and this one's gonna be in my meat. So I'll be able to kind of monitor both of them. So let's go ahead and get this piece of meat on here, and let me show y'all. This has been sitting in the fridge. So before I put it on there, I'm gonna go ahead and dust it with a little bit more, because you can see the moisture from sitting in the fridge. I want to just get a little dusting on there before I put it on here. The wind's blowing here a little bit, so my seasoning's kind of going all over the place here. Let's get a little bit on there, and we're gonna sear this. We're gonna sear this before moving it over to the indirect side. I think that's probably good, guys. Just wanted to get a little bit more rub on there since some of that got wet and kind of rubbed off. And here's my internal probe there. But let's go ahead and get this bad boy picked up. Let's put them on the sear side. And we're gonna sear it for like probably about 2 minutes on that side. And when I flip it, guys, I'll come back to you and show me flipping it. and show y'all what it's looking like, and then we'll move it over to the indirect side and we'll get this cook going. All right guys, we're gonna turn this thing. We've been on here for about 2 minutes, and the idea is we're just searing all these sides. So, and why are we searing all these sides? I'm gonna get some guys that ask me, why are you doing that? And a lot of that is just to lock in these juices. You can also do a reverse sear, which would mean you would put it on your indirect side and then do this sear at the end. You could do it either way, man. But idea is get some good grill marks on the outside of your loin, get some juices to lock in, and that's really why we're doing it. I mean, that's really the only reason. You could cook this indirect the whole time if you want, but I like those char marks. I like those grill marks on it. So that's really why I'm doing this, just to kind of explain. So I'm going to kind of hold this on the side here for about another minute or so, and then I'm going to flip it again. So when we flip it again, I'll come back and we'll show y'all what's going on with it again. All right, guys, now we're going to kind of got that side. Now we're going to do the back side. And I ain't got to hold this side. I can go ahead and close up my grill for a minute, and then we'll come back one more time. We'll hit this last side, move it in. We'll get that sear on there. We'll move it in direct. I'm probably not going to come back for that last side, guys. You guys get the point. Is we're searing all sides of this. You can even sear the ends if you want. I'm probably not going to do that on this video. And on this cook, I'm probably just going to let the main side sear. And then I'm going to move this thing over, man. And we're going to get that probe put in there. And we're looking for an internal temp of 145 on this today. So hang in there. When I come back and actually move it to my indirect side, we'll show y'all what it's looking like. I'll show you how I put my probe in there, just to kind of give you guys an idea. So see y'all in a second. Alright guys, we are done searing it on all sides. I think that looks pretty, man. It's got a good color on the outside now, and I did go ahead and start and sear the ends also. Didn't do that on camera for you guys, but that's what I did. You guys get the gist of it if you want to sear this thing. You know, what I did was I held this thing up with my tongs just right over here. I didn't sear it long on the ends, maybe just about 45 seconds to maybe less than a minute. Super simple though. You guys kind of saw, you get the idea. So if you got any questions about that process, shoot me a comment, shoot me a message, guys. Shoot me a message on Instagram at T-Wade's Barbecue Treats or whatever. So if you guys got any questions about any of that first part of the video. But what we've done here is we've got our external probe here, and then it's kind of monitoring our grate like we talked about earlier. And I'm going to take this probe. I have 4 spots on this temperature probe that I can monitor, and I'm going to stick this in the thick part of my meat here. We're going to go into the thickest part of the meat, and like I said, we're looking for a 145 on this pork loin. That's going to be a good temperature for us. It's going to be real juicy. If we let it go much over 145, it starts to dry out a little bit. You can go over 145 and still be okay, but it starts to dry out when you get in that 150, 160 range. It starts to sort of dry out. So it's looking good, guys. Let's close this down, and I kind of want to show y'all this smoke. And again, I'm putting my vent side over my loin, so my smoke will come right over the top of my loin and out this vent. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Right here, this is what you want, man. You want those coals over here. You want that smoke just coming right over the top of that, so you get a little bit of smoke flavor. And you guys can't really see it right now, but there was some clear smoke coming out a moment ago. That's what you want. You can see it right there. That clear smoke is what you're looking for. You want that clear, clean smoke. So I don't think this will go much over an hour. I'm hoping not. So I'll let you guys know. We're looking right now, it is 6:14 my time PM on Saturday. we'll see how long this goes after I seared it. See how long it cooks, but I don't think it's going to go very long to get to that 145. So hang in there, guys. Come on back. Next time you see me, I'll be pulling this thing off. I don't think we're going to have to come back and show you guys the cook on it, because I think it's going to be done. But if for some reason we're going long, I'll come back and show y'all guys the status of it. But I think the next time you guys come, this thing's going to be done. So we'll see y'all in a few when we're cutting this thing up and plating it and showing y'all, doing a taste test on it and showing y'all what it tastes like. So come on back, guys. Don't go nowhere. All right, guys. So I know I told y'all next time I would come back, we'd be plating this thing up. So I lied. Well, we've been going on a little bit over an hour with this cook, and I just want to kind of just put a little glaze on here, guys. And I made this glaze on my stovetop. I made this with some Frank's Red Hot sauce, some butter, some pineapple pepper jelly that we made. My wife like cans. We made this fresh out of like fresh pineapple, jalapenos, and just some other stuff that she cans with. And we just put a whole bunch of different stuff in here. I don't know if I mentioned grape jelly. I got grape jelly in here. What else do I have in here? I think that's about it. And then I put some of this B&B seasoning in it. So just kind of mixed a whole bunch of different things in here. I'll try to put this recipe for this in the description if I can get my wife and I can remember, because I'll have you guys asking me, and I kind of just do a lot of my sauces kind of just, I don't really measure them, so you know, I kind of just guesstimate on what I'm doing. So anyways, we're sitting at about 130 internal. We got a little ways to go still. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put some of this glaze on here, man. This thing's looking amazing, guys. I don't know if you guys can see it real good, but it's just looking real good. We've been fluctuating in temp, man, anywhere from 250 to 300. So we've gotten a little higher than I wanted on some of it, but that's okay. With this kettle, it'll work itself out. You just got to play with your vents. If it gets up over 300, which you don't really want, you'll just have to close your vents down. So I probably used too much charcoal on this cook. Probably could have used a little less charcoal and kept my temps a little bit more moderated. So keep that in mind if you do this. Maybe don't use as big of a charcoal chimney of charcoal as I used, because that'll sometimes throw your temps way out of fluctuation. And keeping your lid open a lot will throw them out, like I'm doing right now. So keep that in mind when you do this. Try to do it quickly. Kind of hard for me to do that when I'm trying to do videos and talk to you guys a lot. I've got to keep them open to kind of show y'all what I'm doing. So, but this is looking good, guys. I mean, I love glaze. What we'll do is we'll glaze the outside with this, and then we'll end up cutting it up, and it's going to be filled with that buffalo honey sauce that we talked about at the beginning. It's going to be delicious, guys. And then probably what I'll do is I'll even have some of this sauce to pour over the pieces that I cut. So this is going to be filled with flavor all around. So all right, guys, that's all I got, man. We're going to let this go. Like I said, we got about another 15 to 20 degrees on temp we got to go here. Just wanted to show y'all this sauce. This was kind of something I threw in at the last second. I do this in a lot of my cooks where I'll just change my mind at the last second. So hope you guys are enjoying it, man. And I will come back, and the next time we come to you guys, it will be where we're plating it up. So I'll see y'all when we plate it up. This is my favorite part of the whole video, bringing it all together. I've said this before in my videos. This went about 1 hour and 30 minutes. So we've been letting it sit for about 15 minutes or so, give or take. Normally I'd let it sit longer, but we're late in the day, we're hungry. I got to bring this to one of my friends. I made some to bring to him also. So first of all, guys, I just feel like this cook came out pretty good. You know, we seared it on both sides, or on all sides, and then we glazed it there. When it got to about the 130 mark, I glazed it with this barbecue glaze that I did. So let me go over this glaze with you guys. Earlier I kind of tried to explain it out of the grill, but I kind of forgot what I used. So I used some grape jelly, and these are, I don't have measurements because I just made it, tasted it, and made it to my preference, and that's what you'll have to do. But I used grape jelly. My wife makes this pineapple pepper jelly, and this is fresh, man. She cans this stuff. We used some of this. I used about half of this little jar. This is an 8-ounce jar, and half of another, so maybe 16 ounces of that. We used Sonny's barbecue sauce. Used that to thicken it up. I get that from Sam's Club, so if you guys shop at Sam's Club, look for that. It comes in a jug. I used Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce, kind of to give it a kick. and grape jelly. Not sure if I mentioned grape jelly already, but that's really all I use. And then I use some of that B&B seasoning in there just to kind of give it another little element of flavor. So that's it for the barbecue sauce. That's all I used. So feel like it came out real good. It has a real good flavor to it. Just some good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and cut into this thing. Oh, before I cut into this injection that we did that you guys saw me injecting in there earlier in the video, all that is some Frank's Red Hot sauce, about a quarter cup of the Frank's Red Hot sauce. Sorry guys, I'm having a brain fart. 2 tablespoons of honey and butter, and that's really it. And I put some garlic in there, put some different seasonings, but I put mainly garlic in there. So that's really it. That's all this injection was made of. It's not like no secret recipe or nothing. Just the main base of it was Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce. So just something different. We've never done that inside of a pork loin before. A lot of you guys are gonna be like, buffalo sauce with barbecue on the outside? How's that gonna come out? But we don't know how it's gonna come out. That's why I'm gonna do a taste test for you. I have a feeling it's gonna be amazing though. They're 2 really good sauces. So let's go ahead and cut into this thing, man. Again, we cooked this for 1.5 hours to a 145 internal temp. It's cutting real nice though, I'll tell you. That looks pretty. Look at the crust we got. I mean, I love that, man. That's a great crust on there. This was about a 6-pound loin, I would say, probably between 5 and 6 pounds. I know I didn't mention that. I bought the big loin from Sam's and I cut it, probably 3/4 of the loin, and I kept about 1/4 of it for another cook for us to do. So mainly did that because we're giving some of this away today and wanted to make sure we had enough to give away. So that's what you're looking at right there, guys. And I want you guys to see in here, look at the injection. You can see it. See it? It's pouring out. Pouring out of there. And these are pretty good slices here. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I've got my sauce here. This was my barbecue glaze I made that I told you guys about. I'm going to try this. Let me grab a knife real quick. I'm gonna try it without the glaze on it first, because I always feel like you should try meat before you go throwing a whole bunch of glaze on it. But look at this, guys. Look at, you can see that buffalo. Oh man, look at it. It's right there, that injection. Look at that crust on it. Really good. All right, let's do a taste test. God bless America. God bless America. God bless America. Man, that's so good, guys. That is delicious. I mean, that's straight up. You can see a little tiny prevalent smoke ring. It's not like no crazy smoke ring in there. We didn't use a ton of wood on this. Golly, man, when I sing like that, you know it's good. Because I don't sing. I'm no singer, as obviously as you can tell. That's so freaking good. So tender. Look, and this is a butter knife, guys. This is not no sharp knife. Look at how easy this is cutting, man. I mean, you can cut something that easy with a butter knife. You know it's good, dude. You just know. All right, let me try some of this sauce on here real quick, and then we'll move on to these veggies that we did as a side. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Look at that with that sauce on it. The sauce is out of bounds. That is so good. All right, now these veggies, my wife did these. This is some sauteed zucchini, squash, red onion. I saw her put some garlic in here. Let's see, what else? She put some supreme crab boil in here. So I don't know if you guys, I'm from the South, I'm from Mississippi. We do crawfish down here. Supreme crab boil is like, if you live in South Mississippi or like Louisiana and you don't know what that is, people will make fun of you. So that's like what people use down here for crawfish and shrimp and boils and all kinds of stuff. But we put that in some of our vegetables. We put that on different foods too, not just our shrimp and our crawfish. She put, there's some shredded, I know she made sure I would not forget this, some shredded Parmesan. So, I mean, this is fresh vegetables. We actually pick these from a farm. We go up to a farm here in Mississippi every year, and these are fresh, guys. This is like fresh. This is about as fresh as it gets. So I'm gonna take a taste of this. There's nothing like fresh vegetables. I'm not gonna sit here and swivel my head and say it's better than the meat or it's the best thing I've ever had, but those vegetables are amazing. She did a great job on that. I love that she does my sides. She lets me focus on the meat and she does my sides. So guys, this is a great meal, man. This is a great meal anytime for your family. This injection was delicious. Try different injections, guys. Like, they sell injections at the store too, but try like a butter base with just, you could even do barbecue sauce. You could choose all kinds of different stuff. I could have injected this glaze in there if I wanted to. I just play with things, guys. I'm no chef. I am not a chef. I just play with a lot of different flavors, and this is what I come up with. And buffalo, I wanted to do this buffalo injection, so I think it's good. It's got a little kick to it in the middle there. Had a fun time doing this cook with you guys today, guys. It's Saturday, fun day to cook, fun day to grill. Every day is really a fun day, but love my Saturdays with my family. And I just want to give a shout out, guys. I have a really good friend of mine that I'm bringing this barbecue to, Mr. Larry. I met Mr. Larry about a year ago. He's a subscriber of mine. I sold my house to Mr. Larry, and we just love Mr. Larry. He's a veteran. He was in the Navy. I'm a vet too, and me and him just hit it off really good. And we're bringing a lot of this pork loin to him. So, Mr. Larry, I just want to give a shout out to you. We appreciate you. We love you. And we're glad we're getting to bring this to you so you can enjoy this barbecue. I love to do barbecue. I love fellow veterans. I wish I could do more. I'm really considering an outreach program to veterans. So this is just kind of like a little test run for me to bring this to Mr. Larry, because there may be something coming down the pipe, guys, so stay tuned. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope everybody had a blessed day with their families today. Think about subscribing to my channel, guys. I'm always doing stuff like this. I think this is like our 38th video that we've done since March. So I'm keep this thing going. I'm gonna keep rolling. As long as you guys want to watch me do videos, and I'm gonna keep doing them. But check me out on social media. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook under the same name, T-Way Eats Barbecue Treats. So appreciate y'all tuning in today. Hope you'll do this one. Do this one for your family. It's easy. This is an easy cook. This is a fun cook. So I'll see you guys on the next one, guys. And look up here, man. I'll have a video. There'll be a subscribe button up here somewhere to subscribe if you want to subscribe to my channel. And look up here for a playlist. I'll have a playlist of some sort with the next video coming up. Thanks, guys. I'll see y'all on the next one.